heard the news? We got a brand new show that's breaking all the rules. Hey. Started out from VA and now we on the move. From local to global, cause we got something to prove. We came from the bottom, now we at the tippy top. To hold it down for our people, cause we all we got. It's a cold, cold world, but we keeping it hot. With this tank on the mic, that's the sheet of rock. Hey.
Tune in, y'all. Come on. Tune in and share this live. Okay.
On the team and we getting it done.
Shout out to Chevelle, girl, you number one.
It started with a dream and turned into a vision.
Okay.
Educating new generations is our mission.
Hey, come on, y'all. Hey. Oh, wait a minute. 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 Wait a minute. Hey. Okay, come on, y'all. Share it live, y'all. Tune in. Don't want to miss it.
Yo, what up? This your boy Super K from Super Sound Lounge, rocking with your favorite podcast, Wait Again a Minute. Listed on all platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Spotify. Y'all know the vibe. Tune in.
Welcome to another episode of Wait Again a Minute podcast. Today is Thursday, October the 7th, 2021. Our episode tonight is about breast cancer, and we have two lovely breast cancer survivors with us tonight. So, Rock, what you got going on?
We have two beautiful ladies up here that's going to share their story because I can't tell it, they can't tell it, can't anybody tell the story about what they went through, what they going through, how they came out, but them. So I'll let them introduce themselves. And by the way, I got cute shirts. I made sure with my pink for breast cancer.
Yes, it's beautiful.
All right, so we're going to start with you, Miss Tricia, and introduce yourself, and after you, Miss Iyasha.
Alrighty, well, thanks for having me, guys. My name is LaTricia Major, and Suffolk, Virginia is my hometown. I grew up here, and I'm just very honored to be here with the podcast tonight. And on behalf of all the breast cancer survivors, we thank you all.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Yes. My name is Iyasha Edwards. I am a Suffolk native. I'm thankful and grateful to be here. I'm thankful and grateful to be alive to tell my story.
That's right.
So, Miss Iyasha, where are you from?
I am originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, okay. You upstate. Okay.
Okay.
So, Miss LaTricia.
Yes.
That we go way back.
Way.
Way back.
Way.
Yeah, and you know what? What's so good is like we don't look like
No.
we are old,
No,
but we are.
we are.
So with that being said, just fill us in a little bit about, your story of, how you found out and all of that good stuff.
Okay, so I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer at the age of 34. I actually found my lump on my own. I was actually out Christmas shopping for my boys. And I came home, you know how you undress and then just getting relaxed. And I actually stumbled across the lump as I was getting undressed. At first I thought it was nothing. I was like, making excuses. I'm too young. This is probably from caffeine. It's a cyst. All of those excuses that we tend to make. So after about a week of me pondering on it, I actually went to the doctor, had an ultrasound, had a mammogram, and it came back as breast cancer. During that whole process, everything moved fast.
Right.
So I found the lump in December of 2011. I started chemotherapy 3 weeks later in January. Wow. I'd already had the surgery to have my port implanted, started chemo, and I did 8 sessions of chemotherapy, no radiation. I actually had a double mastectomy with reconstruction. And I also had an oophorectomy, which is the removal of your ovaries and your fallopian tubes. So.
Oh, wow. So that was effective as well.
Yes. And I had all of those surgeries in one session.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you say it was a triple. What's the difference?
Triple negative is the most aggressive breast cancer, mainly in African American women. The death rate is very high. It's one of those that you don't normally make it through.
Wow.
Yes.
I had never heard of that. You taught me something. You do be thinking it can't happen to me.
Right. Yeah. I made all the excuses. When I say I was in complete denial.
I'm just glad you went after a week because people don't like doctors. I mean, well, I can't say. I know I'm frightened of them, but after you go, you feel so much better.
I felt better. Yeah, I did.
So how was that? Like actually getting the news? What was your first?
So let me tell you. So I got the news. I was actually sitting at work, and the doctor called my phone personally. So I knew off top something wasn't right. She called me, and she said, "Hey, I just have some news for you. Your results came back." She said, "Oh, by the way, you have breast cancer." And I'm like, "Well, you just said it like we was going to get ice cream." Like,
Just blunt.
she just blunt with it. But she said, "No, it's okay. We're gonna work through it. You're gonna be fine. I promise you." I took it hard, very hard, very, very hard, because again, like I said, I was in denial. I didn't think that it would be that. I just knew it was gonna come back benign. So,
Because when you heard the C word, I hate the word cancer. When you hear it, you automatically think, "Oh, I'm going to die."
I thought
So you thought that?
instantly.
Wow.
Yeah. I just knew that was the end. I said, "This is it. This is it for me."
So she actually told you it was the worst cancer all day over the phone while you was at work? Did she actually were you
When
able to talk?
I came in for my you come in for like a session
Okay.
after they give you your diagnosis.
Okay.
And she sit down and she actually told me to come in and bring my family, bring my friends and family, so she can sit down, go over the facts, go over everything that I needed to have done, the chemotherapy, the medications, the implants. We cover everything. But she told me to bring my friends and family, y'all.
So
I showed up with 10 people. We all 10 of us
Right.
went in that exam room together. Yeah. So, and that's when she, went over all the facts and the death rate and the chances of the cancer coming back. So I had a 60% chance of the cancer coming back either in the same breast or the right breast
Within what time frame?
within 5 years.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So that's why I opted for the double mastectomy.
Okay.
And then I had a 40% chance of it coming in my ovaries. So we did away with my ovaries
That's
as well.
why. Okay. I get it.
Yes.
Hold on now. So you're saying that it had a chance, if you could have gotten it you had a good chance of it getting in your ovaries.
Yes.
So that means that would have been ovarian.
Yes.
So is this hereditary or something like in your family, like far as cancer?
Yes. I actually tested, I was BRCA positive. So I actually developed it from my father's side of,
Okay.
so not my mom's. I think on my mom's side, only like my grandmother. I've heard that my grandmother had it, but I'm the first person in my family that I know of for sure that had cancer. Wow. Yeah.
Now, I understand you said you were very distraught and it was like really hard to process.
Right.
But like what was going through your mind? Like, you have 3 boys.
Yes. At the time, my boys were 6, 13, and 16. When I tell y'all, I was devastated. It was just me, single mother. Back then, I was making like maybe $12 an hour. I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay bills, pay my rent, pay car payment? Now you're throwing in specialist appointments 4 times a week. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I made a way. It's God.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, it was him, because there's no other way to
Because at some
explain
point, I know you had to talk to yourself. Because you know what they say, our thoughts are real. I know you had to speak life into you, because even though you heard, I'm going to die, I knew you had to encourage yourself with your kids.
I did.
So did you had your tears from them too? Or you
Yes,
just...
I did.
Yeah, that's what we do as a
I
mother.
did.
We cry away from them when we're going through anything. So it's like, I think I probably would have done the same thing. Hide my tears, because you don't want them to worry about it.
Nope.
So did they worry? They didn't know how serious it was.
The only one that knew how serious it was my oldest son.
Okay.
He understood. The
Right.
other 2, no.
Okay.
And I think the whole process of it happened so fast. I started chemo in January, and in 14 days I was bald. So that was devastating to my youngest.
That was some strong.
Yeah, he was like, "Mommy, are you coming to my school?"
I know that's right.
You coming to my school with a bald head? Like, really?
So you had to laugh to keep from crying.
Yes.
I know you did.
Yes.
Cause you
Yes.
so pretty, Trish.
Thank you.
Girl, I would have. So how did I know that would have bothered you. bother anybody. But
Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't let my hair just fall out. I donated my hair. I went and I donated the ponytail, and then I actually shaved it down some, like a boy cut, like a Caesar. And then after that, I just let it fall out. But it comes out like butter. You can literally just pull it.
And it would come.
Yeah, or go like this and it just fall out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually took it upon myself to take control of my hair loss. I think it would have been more devastating if I would have just
Try to hold on to it and let it look fatted on the pillow. And I think that's the way to.
Right.
I think that's the best way to handle it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gracious. So, Miss Iyasha, let us into your world as, you know, to how it all happened and just sum it up for us.
I was diagnosed at 46. My father's mother had breast cancer, so my grandmother had breast cancer. I didn't find my lump. I've been doing mammograms since I was about 35. So when they told me they saw a peanut-sized shape, I knew it was something. Immediately, because I've been so used to getting mammograms. He called us in, me and my husband. We did a biopsy. The biopsy came back January the 3rd. So I was diagnosed in 2017, December. From there, immediate surgery, because like Trisha said, your mind is clicking like, I got cancer, this got to get out my body. I don't want to deal with this. I didn't do the research. So went to a certain hospital and they don't talk to another hospital. So I'm thinking I got the best doctor possible dealing with breast cancer, and I didn't. The surgeon that I was paired with was a general surgeon. I didn't do the research. I'm thinking about cancer.
Right.
Not only was he a general surgeon, he was a bariatric surgeon. So you know nothing about cancer.
Right.
So went straight into chemo, did chemo, went straight into radiation. I had, the first one was the red devil, that's what they call it. It's Cytoxin. Like she said, it strips your hair. It falls out in plugs. I went to my normal beautician I had been going to for years, and she cut my hair one time, and it kind of devastated her. So from there, my brother started cutting it, or it just falls out. So I went through remission for like a couple of months. I went back to work. I was out of work for 6 months. I went back, tired, couldn't really function. People say they care, but they really don't. You still got to do your job.
Right. They want you at work, baby.
Exactly, on time. They don't care how you feeling. So January of the next year, clean bill of health, did my PET, all that, in remission. I went out for my neck, having neck problems. By April, May, matter of fact, because right before Mother's Day, I found a lump. So when I found that lump, I immediately got on the phone, called them. This time, I decided to change my team. I like my oncologist. I like my radiation doctor, but the surgeon had to go. Okay. So I switched up to another hospital in Chesapeake. And from there, my team now, to me, is complete. He wanted to do a single mastectomy. I said a double, because the first 3 years is critical for us.
Okay.
They wouldn't let me do the hysterectomy, even though my tubes are tied, because it, like she said, it can come back as ovarian. Take them off. I didn't want reconstruction. I'm fine. You got prosthetics for everything else. When I want to pop them on, I pop them on.
And sponsored by Crocker Funeral Home Incorporated, a new tradition of quality. 900 East Washington Street, Suffolk, VA 23434, a full-service funeral home. Contact them today for all of your professional needs. 757-539-7443 is the way to go. Crocker Funeral Home.
I pop them on. If I don't, I don't.
Right.
I'm just me. Take me as I am.
That's right.
You know, as long as I'm here.
Yeah.
So that was my second reoccurrence. Fast forward, I got these bumps under my arm, which is considered ulcerating cancer wounds, where the cancer starts growing out your skin.
Okay.
So they put me back in radiation. They stopped my chemo. On this time, I'm on sacituzumab, which is a new chemo. Stop my chemo, send me the radiation. Radiation shrinks it. Gone. Put me back on chemo.
Okay.
So I'm currently on chemo, but now I'm on Gemzar. I just got through it, radiation again, because the bumps came back again. So with us, if we make it past that 5th year, is no chance of reoccurrence. I'm in my 4th year. And God has been good to me. He's kept me. He's kept my mind. I have my moments where I'm angry, I'm upset, I laugh, I cry, I joke. But this year I decided that I'm gonna live because I've been walking on eggshells. Like I literally stopped. And I thank God for my husband.
That's right.
Because some men will leave. So I gotta give him props. I thank God for my mom because when they came off, he couldn't empty those tubes.
Okay.
My mama had to give me a bath. Yeah, that's my husband, but my mother had to bathe me. My mother had to say, you gonna eat. When I didn't, because I had lost a lot of weight. Now I have high blood pressure. I have thyroid disease just from cancer. I have so many ailments where I had only once upon a time had seizures. And God healed me from that. So I know He's going to heal me from this. So I speak positive. I try to keep the negative away from me.
That's right.
But we're all human. People will test you and try you. And every once in a while, you got to let them know, look, not today.
Yeah. And that's why it's important to always be nice to people. We talked about that at work today because there's some people going through some stuff. Yeah. And you just don't know. And we learned today at work, having our little dialogue, just my coworker come in every day. Same spirit, I joke with him, talk to him. And when we did our little skit or whatever, he actually, we had to talk about what we're going through. And he actually shared that his sister is on her deathbed. And it teared me up because I didn't see a change in him. I don't know if I would be able to actually come to work knowing my sister on her deathbed. I don't know from what, but I just know that I was happy and pleased with me, with Sheeta Rock, that I treat him nice. You just don't know. It just
don't know.
It makes you warm inside to know. And I said, I'm happy I always treat you nice, and I try to make them laugh or whatever, but you just don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, you never know what a person going through. And a lot of people don't wear or don't act as if they're going through some things, or everybody does, act different, put it that way.
Right.
So even though, we try to be nice to people, but as Miss Iyasha said, sometimes, you can get it.
That's right.
So just because you're going through something don't mean you can't get it, especially if you dish it. But I get what y'all are saying, but I just, and listen to you guys' story. I just, I did a little research on it, and I'm thinking Tricia was in her mid-30s, Miss Iyasha in her late 40s, and here, we're in the prime of our life.
Right.
And then for this to happen, I know you guys probably went through a period of, why not me? But, why me? But why not you?
Right.
Because I just know me personally, if I was given the battle that you guys had or have, I don't know if I could sit in the same shoes that you guys are sitting in.
It's tough.
So I wanted to commend you guys for keep pushing, keep in the fight, because it takes a special person.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's like, what's some things that y'all done during that time that kept your mind at ease? Oh, wow. I know probably number one, your children. But did you find yourself talking to yourself?
I talk to myself all the time. I'm still talking to myself right
I'm
now.
telling you.
I'll be having a whole conversation. Yeah, girl.
Yeah, because I'm not sick and going through anything, but I talk to myself, but I don't know what I would do if I was in your shoes. I know what I should do, but it's easier said than done.
It is.
So what, besides your kids, what's something that gave you that push to say, come on, Tricia, let me eat, or let me get my mind right? Wow. So who was one of your motivators?
My sister.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we say names? Well, Sharika Allen.
Okay.
My baby sister. She was there for every chemotherapy. She was
Okay.
there for every surgery. She was there from day one. She
Okay.
made sure I was taken care of. She made sure my place was clean. She made sure my boys were taken care of.
That's right.
So,
And you needed that because, us mothers, we better make sure our children right.
right.
I made my daughter send me a picture of my baby every day through my email. We don't gotta post her every day, but I know she know what to do. But
Right.
send me that picture. 'Cause I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So I know they made you like yes, that they was good on their end.
Yeah.
Cause you can't like take care of your children like you know
like
right.
me.
But the next best thing is an auntie.
It's
If
yeah.
it makes sense.
My sister,
You got
she
to
was
say
right there.
it's really it's the aunt, but it's this other mama.
Right.
You know, the aunts
Right.
love to spoil the
Right.
nieces
Right.
and
Right.
nephews.
Yeah.
So what was one of your motivations?
I would say music. I love music, so
Okay.
any kind of music, gospel, reggae, hip hop.
Okay.
That carried me. Just writing, and if I needed to cry, just cry.
Cry.
Because
Gotcha.
sometimes you gotta just let it out. You can't keep it bottled up.
Because you feel better. So did y'all prefer someone to actually sit and cry with you and hold you and let you cry it out, or did you want somebody around you to act crazy? Like
Act crazy.
So how your sister? She
Crazy.
right kept you going, kept you
Yes.
laughing.
Yes.
You about to say, girl, you something wrong with you?
Yes. Yes. We would leave chemotherapy and go to the movies or go out to eat. So
Okay.
we just kept it going.
So you didn't take your appetite.
A
'Cause some
little,
people's different.
a
Okay.
little, but I try to live my normal.
Okay.
At the beginning, I remember my first maybe 2 sessions of treatment. I would go home and I would just sleep. It was times where I could sleep for 24 hours. Just sleep.
To take your energy. Okay.
So after that, I was like, you know what? I have to keep going because I can't program my mind to say you're sick. I'm not sick. So I had to keep repeating that you're not sick. So I would go
Right.
to chemo.
You have to say it.
Yes, I
Yeah.
went to do my chemo, and then I carried on like nothing ever happened.
Because I know y'all believe in him.
We do.
Okay,
Yes.
I don't want
We
to
do.
offend anyone.
We do.
Oh,
Because
no.
they say
Yes.
this tongue is powerful.
It is.
And it speaks life or death.
Yeah.
Because my sister went through, she found hers early, and it wasn't breast cancer, it was another type of cancer, but she went through it, and I cried, but I didn't do it in front of her. So what I would do, I would come around and I would put on my best show, and I crowd would come and act like me, but I wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen her scared, so I would act like ain't nothing wrong. So she'll look at me and she'll say little stuff. I got cancer. I said, you don't have cancer. I said,
Right,
no,
right.
you don't have cancer. I
Right.
said, you are healed. You don't, and I said it so much because they say you have to speak.
Speak
So I
it.
said, you don't have cancer.
No.
What are you talking about? And she be like, Rashida, I do. I said, no, you don't.
No,
you
you
know.
don't.
So and I would make sure. That's what my aunts and them. They was like, you can't do that. You got cancer. My sister don't have cancer. So you know you have to say it. And I said it so much. I said it so much. I mean, that I believed it. You have to believe it.
You have to believe it.
You have to speak
have
it.
to.
You believe it. And I told myself, I said, you don't have cancer. So thank God she went through all her stuff, and that thing ain't losing appetite. She was still eating. She was swollen up. Hey girl, don't get mad, but listen, it didn't take her appetite. So everybody is different,
Right.
And I just told her, I said, girl, you don't have cancer. And I would go home, or I get in my car, and I would cry away from her. My mom did the same thing. So my mama bathed her. My mama was there for her. So I can imagine. You want your mama sometimes. But honey, I told my kids and everybody, I said, my sister don't have cancer. And I said it every day. And I said it a whole lot of times throughout the day. So when it came back and she did her stuff, she called me. I was on my way home from work. She said, what you doing? And, and I didn't go right to the doctor because I'm not strong enough. And she knew that. So my other sister that is strong, she went. Because you wouldn't want that around you crying. I didn't want to be around her crying.
Right.
So, honey, I just said, girl, when she called me and told me that it was gone and stuff, girl, I couldn't do my cry. I told you you ain't had it.
Right.
I told you you ain't had
Speak
it.
it.
Yeah.
And how many years?
She actually, she just found out a few months ago.
A few months ago.
I think she had like 13 sessions. So she found out a few months ago, and they said the chemo, I think she told me to stay in her body for a year. But it's here. It's in your mind.
It's in your mind.
And she kept going. And my mama says, "Stop eating all this stuff." I said, "Let her eat."
Let her eat it.
because I have seen people or heard people say they can't.
They can't
I
eat.
said, "Let my sister eat." And somebody was selling something around here and stuff. A girl, she pulled up to get that food, and she was right after chemo. You know, towards the end a little bit, she was tired, but for the most part, she fight. When she was younger, she was fast. Girl, you are a real fighter. You kick, counsel ass.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Miss Iyasha, Cindy Giles said that we are survivors the day that we are diagnosed. Do you agree with that?
Yes,
Yeah.
And why is that? Why do you agree with that?
I agree with it because I'm still living. I'm still here. Anybody that gets any type of illness, you're a survivor. You might have scars and stuff, but you are a survivor. As long as you keep that positive attitude, that positive mindset, speak life, never speak death, like constantly. Like you said, I speak that I am healed and whole.
That's right.
Because I know it's coming on this side and the other side. So you just have to acknowledge it and accept it. So we are survivors.
Right, I definitely agree with you. And to piggyback on what you were saying about the scars, yes, you may have scars, but those scars are there to. It should be of an encouragement to you too on those low days. You know what? If I have this scar and I made it through this and that, if I made it through that, I know I can make it through anything else.
Yes.
So no matter what comes my way, I'm good. It may knock you down for a few seconds or whatever, but when you get back up, you're stronger than you were when you were knocked down.
Absolutely. True.
So with that, you know, again, I just have to commend you, ladies. I know when I made the post the other day in regards to breast cancer survivors, I never knew so many people that I knew personally or, you know, not personally that actually have battled that. So it's very common, which is actually scary.
It's scary.
It's scary because it's like, well, what in the world is it coming from?
Right,
You
the
know,
food.
is it in the food? Is it?
Yes.
Because
Right.
one time, no lie, Trisha, and I'm gonna be honest with you, when I found out you were going through whatever, and then another one of your family members was going through, right?
Yes.
And then somebody was saying it had something to do with deodorant in black women. I started. I went
remember
and,
that.
oh gosh, I went and ordered I think it's like salt deodorant or something like that or whatever. Because I was
She was
afraid.
losing. I remember that. I remember that game.
Tore them armpits up.
She didn't work for you because she really did. She went out and got this deodorant.
Really?
And she said the deodorant caused cancer. Then she had me and my underarm started itching. I was like, what? You know, what's really going on? And she was losing it for a minute.
Really?
Because it make you scared.
Yeah.
And you know, I was watching my baby the other day eat a hot pocket. I said, they say microwave food do it. I gotta cook because I don't know where it's coming from. They say, you know, we don't cook. So I feel bad, and they say, you know, back in the day, people weren't going through breast cancer. So do y'all think it's in the food? Have anybody done any research?
I don't know.
I
Honestly.
think it's in the food. I think it's the food. I think it's, well, for us as black women, it's just part. We can just get, like, I didn't test BRCA.
Okay.
So I didn't have the BRCA gene. So you see what I'm saying?
Right.
As an African American woman. So you got to look at what you eat, how our body processes things, like alcohol. You know, I started doing the research. So it's a combination of things. Lack of exercise.
So you say alcohol, does that cause cancer?
It's a combination of factors.
Yep.
It's a combination
Okay.
of factors.
Yep.
Okay. Cause my mama, she told me that, but I thought she just wanted me to stop drinking and stuff. I thought she tried to scare me because
So slide that wine glass up.
But red wine is good.
Yeah,
They encourage
thank
red
you.
wine.
Way to get me. I'm gonna drink that. They say red wine good for you. I just met you today.
Any reason to
Listen, I'm always like this. I'm crazy, but I'm good people. I'm a mess. But thank you, Trisha, for this wine.
You're welcome.
It reminded me that it's red. I would get ready to push it, but I will take one more sip. But I'm gonna drink all this. I'm gonna drink all this. Listen. So besides y'all family, your sister and your husband, and what's any other hobbies you did? I see you have a book. You like to expound on that a little bit.
This is just a little of me. I'm Iyasha. Like I said,
Okay.
I'm just natural. I'm not no Maya Angelou. But this is a copy for you,
Okay, thank you.
and this is a copy for LaTricia.
Thank you.
And it's just inspiration, y'all. What I've been dealing with, what I've been going through, how I feel. Is one in there that I told my kids, you know how in the back of the obituary, I'm one of them people that I don't want them worrying like they have worried. My youngest was in the 9th grade when she found out. My other two are older. So to tell her 3 times is devastating. I'm glad she graduated high school.
Okay.
But it's one in there that I wrote to my kids. So don't get the funeral people thing. I got one in there that I wrote for my children. You know, I want them to have something of me that's personal, not nothing generic or nothing like that, you know. So hopefully it'll inspire somebody, share it with a friend, a cousin, whomever. That's my release too, is writing.
Were you selling these or you?
No, that's a gift to y'all. I do sell them.
But I was saying you do sell them, right?
On Amazon.
on
They are on Amazon.
Amazon. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, Miss Iyasha.
She's showing up.
Yes.
I don't know how you guys didn't know that she had it, the workbook.
I did.
Yeah, but and you know, and that's a good gesture. And actually, the young lady that came on Tuesday, we did a recording in regards to breast cancer, and she spoke highly of people journaling and stuff too, and how her mother went through it, I think 5 times, and she got her to journal a lot of stuff. So she has that to a piece of her mother now,
Right.
because you know it's just I don't know y'all, but when I tell you this has become like overwhelming to me.
It's like it's like a common cold. And again, I'm like everything turn around.
It is, and it's like, you know, you don't want to live your life in fear,
Right.
you know, at all, because you know God doesn't give us a spirit of fear. However, it's just the mind is a terrible thing.
Yes.
Because when I was researching this topic, it's just like, you know, anything you say, you know what, well, let me act like I'm sick today, so let me Google how I can call out.
Right.
And you call that like, you know, before you know it, you laying on side of the toilet.
Really?
I'm telling y'all, the mind is a terrible thing. So
Right.
when they say that, it's so true. So you definitely have to be careful what you put in your mind.
That's right.
Right.
But Miss Iyasha, being that this is your second battle.
Yes.
Okay. So is it a difference from your first battle?
This time I do have more energy. The steroids have blown me up. The first time I went through the vomiting and the hair loss, the nausea, the not wanting to eat. Like I said, my mama had to literally look, you gonna eat. You know, this time is different because I know what to expect kind of. And I've made up in my mind, like I said, that I'm going to live. So this year I turned 50, I'm going to live.
That's right.
I went to Vegas. I went to Florida. Because like I said, my life has been on hold, literally, like appointment.
You went for your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, and you turned 50?
Yes.
Yes. How was that? How was Vegas?
It was nice. It was. I want to go
That's
back.
good.
I want to go back. So I can't live, like I said, in fear. God does not give us a spirit of fear. It's great to have a good support team. That matters. From your church family to your friends to extended family.
Right.
It matters because when you're down, you get that call. You might get that text. You might get that inspirational song. You need it. And you need it. They don't know, but you need it. Right. Like literally, because this time, and I told my family this, like my kids, my husband, my mother, this time when the bumps came back, I was at the point where, why am I still doing this?
Like you just want to give up.
Like, it was like, I'm tired. Why am I doing this? Everything they're trying, because there's no treatment for us. Trisha tell you that it's no treatment for us. Right. This is not just breast cancer. Okay. Like she said, this is the most aggressive. They don't know how to treat us because it's not hormones that's running this.
Right.
It's not hormones.
Right.
So how do you treat us? You're just giving us stuff and hoping that it works. And then I did this thing called Foundation 1, which is new. I have a T2 splice, a mutation that they've never seen before. So that has to come from my genetics from my mother and father.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And can you explain what that actually is?
Well, I really don't know. It's just I did this genetic test. They took a biopsy and they took part of it and they sent it to this. It's called Foundation One, and they've never seen it. Like I've talked to doctors from Johns Hopkins, sent them my paperwork and stuff, and it's all they can say is that they're following the right path. These are the treatments, and they give you a certain amount of treatments, like different names. Like I said, I've had the Red Devil. I've had Paxitaxol, I've had Sacituzumab, and now I'm on Gemzar. So what they keep doing is just giving me different chemotherapies.
Right.
Okay.
And while that's killing the cancer, you're still killing my good cells.
That's
Right.
right.
So I have to take a white blood injection. My husband gives it to me for my white blood count because my white blood count is low.
Right.
So people don't realize, like, you're more harm to me. That's why, at first I was on the fence about I'm not getting the COVID shot, and then I said, Iyasha, be realistic.
Right.
You need it. You have underlying causes. Get it.
Right.
Get it.
You took the chicken pox, the measles, the flu. Get it.
Get it.
I want to live.
That's right.
And that's what I keep saying now is I'm gonna live. I'm healed and whole. So
That's right. So let me ask you, with both of you all, how's y'all work life? Are y'all actually working? Are you working going through this?
I'm doing boys and girls like part time.
Invest in yourself. Wait Again Minute Podcast is now offering business shout outs. Contact us today to have your business shout out during our weekly episodes. Our podcast can be seen and heard on all major platforms. So can your business. Contact us today.
And I'm blessed because some people try for disability and they don't get it.
Okay.
The very first time I got it. So I know it's a God. The very first time. I didn't have to get a lawyer, nothing.
Okay.
So I always sow seeds. I believe in him. We lost a whole income when I lost the job. We have not lost our home, our car, our lights ain't been turned
Look
off.
at God.
It's nobody but God. So that's why when I say I praise him, I have been times, one of my pills at one time was $150. I couldn't even afford it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And somebody blessed me and brought my medicine. So I don't take things lightly. This is not a joke. This is my life. People don't realize that insurance doesn't cover everything.
Right.
I'll sell a dinner quick. You know why? Because if I need it, and I don't care who knows.
Right.
I'm not the one that's going to sit and suffer in silence.
Right.
My husband is doing everything he can do. So if I can cook a meal, my mama can cook, I'm going to cook it and sell it.
That's
Talk
right.
about me.
That's right.
It don't make me no difference. I'm
Right.
here.
That's right.
That's
I'm
right.
here and you talking about
And you
me.
making your ends meet and
Thank
good,
you.
your energy good. You on the right path. You keep you going.
Yep.
That's what has to do you work. Like, yeah. So are you
Yeah.
actually work? Yes, I'm telling y'all. I actually have a coworker and I watch her, and she's going through chemo. And I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. Sometimes coming there tired and lazy, but that lady motivate me because I said, "She out in the popping like this. My knee might ache with this knee brace, but let me get up and make a round and just check on these offenders."
Yes,
and
she
make
can
sure
do it,
that
you can do it.
She hops and pops to where we all be like, "Have a seat, Sarge," because she's a super. Please sit down. We got you. She said, "I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down." Her energy is so good, y'all. I just love her. I mean, she just keep going. It's like an Energizer bunny. Like I say, it's no way Officer Rogers this lazy today, and this lady hopping and popping like this, and going through chemo. She's
a trooper.
She have no idea. I have never told her that she motivate me. When she come in, I stand up. When she come in my booth, I stand on up. I move my chair because I have much respect for her. Like I said, sometimes your jobs can be complacent. You just used to just, and I just sit there. I can get my little thick ass up.
You can get up. She can do it. You can do it.
And I'm trying to complain around her. So that's why I asked, do y'all actually, are you still working? Because I think that's a good piece, a good thing that you should do to just keep your mind off of it, keep you going.
I worked throughout the whole treatment.
Yeah, she's
So I
doing
would
it
get my
too.
treatment on Friday, and then I'll return to work on Monday. And
She took because she does it too. She take her treatment. She take a few days off, but I'm talking about no more than 2. And I just think she's a blessing. Like I just look at her and she pushed me
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
so that's why I asked y'all.
Trisha, let me ask you a question. Being that you were diagnosed with breast cancer, right?
Yes.
And then you had another family member that was diagnosed. How was that feeling for you?
Right.
And how did you, how are you, or if you were able to motivate that person as well? To let them know
Actually,
it's going to be okay, or how did that go?
actually, it empowered me a little because I felt like that was my answer. I always wondered, why me? Why me? And then
Gotcha.
at that moment, I felt like, this is why.
Okay.
Because she needed to see me go through it to make it through. Because I remember when I was diagnosed, she called me crying and begged me not to get chemotherapy. Because she said, you're not going to live.
Yes,
you're going to die. I mean, she cried, boo-hooed. And I was like, sis, I'm just going through with it. I'm going through with it. And, whatever happens is going to happen. So, then she was diagnosed. So then after that, she saw my strength. She saw my journey. She had the same oncologist. She had the same breast specialist. So it really helped her. And
So she followed suit.
She followed suit, and she did great.
That's good.
Awesome.
So that's why you felt that's why
Yeah,
you went
I
through
felt
that.
empowered. Yeah, yeah. I know that's my why.
Good.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Anybody in your family going through it that you had to motivate?
No, I had a cousin that already passed, so I don't know if she had BRCA genes or not.
Okay.
But right now, I'm currently the only one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So being that you are the only one, Miss Iyasha, has it been a time in your life where you was just like how Trisha was saying, out of all the people, why me?
Yep. Why me? But then I had to think about why not me? God sacrificed his life for us, so why not me? And I had to think like that. Like I said, because at a young age, I used to have seizures, so I've been sick before. My mama prayers healed me then. So this time is my faith. This my faith walk. This my journey walk. My relationship with God. So I have to believe what I speak in my heart.
Right.
Now, Miss Cindy Giles also said there's an assignment with this, and you guys must trust the process. Trisha, do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow, that speaks a lot, right? Just being a survivor, not only do I have to keep the faith, but I feel like I'm that pillar for others that's coming behind me, and I'm there to support them and show them strength and show them that it's not a death sentence. So I feel like I'm always passing the torch type of thing. But I wouldn't trade it for anything, y'all.
Because you got past your 5-year mark, correct?
I'm 9 years.
So how often, once you pass your 5-year mark, do they still
So-
check you for that?
Yeah, so you get checked once a year. So
Okay.
at my last visit back in January, he said this upcoming January of 2022, he's gonna release me. So,
Gotcha.
and I don't know how I feel. I mean, I'm happy.
Congratulations.
I'm
Right.
happy, but at the
You
same
still
time,
feel
I'm nervous.
Because you like, I still want you to check me.
Because they give you those extra set of eyes that your regular doctor don't give you.
And you
They
won't
do
be
special
right.
labs that look for the cancer markers that your doctor don't look for.
Gotcha.
So now I have to depend on me and rely on me to say, okay, Trisha, why do you feel
How
bone
you
pain?
feel-
Or why you
right.
have a headache today? Or
Pay
so,
attention to it.
right.
But that's a good thing, though, that he's releasing you in 22.
Yeah, I'm happy about
That's
that.
right.
I'm happy about that, but it's just
Because it's like your security
Right.
your security
They're taking my
is being
blanket
snatched-
away.
yeah, it's
Right.
being snatched away. But Trisha, actually for both of you guys, but we're gonna start with Trisha first. Was there ever a time? Katria Gam Sutton said, "Was there ever a time you were mad at God?"
no, never, never.
What about you, Miss Iyasha?
No. Nope.
Now, along the lines of being mad at God, or the question that was asked, did you guys ever question God? Like, I know you guys said, no, well, why not? Well, why me? Why me? But anything in depth, a little more than that? Or did it, and then also, did it bring you guys closer to him?
Well, I know it brought me closer. Look, y'all, when I got diagnosed, I went to church that Sunday. I mean, I was already
right.
going to church, but I went.
You want for that? You want to be in the house?
Oh yeah, I went up to the altar.
That's right. It's altar. That's
Yeah.
right. Pray for me.
Yes,
That's right.
yes. I whispered in the pastor's ear, told him what was going on. Well, I was so happy, but other survivors came up. They gave me a hug. They
surround you.
embraced
That's
me.
right.
Yeah, I needed it.
That's right.
Y'all, I thought I was.
So each time when you went to the doctor, and be honest, you know how they say you think positive. What was you thinking? Did you say
Every time I go.
Every time you go, how do you feel like I don't have it or
No,
how you
I be
feel?
a nervous wreck.
I'm telling you.
I be pacing the room, then I sit
can't get-
down,
can't
and I'm
sit-
like,
girl.
and then they come in and he get on the computer, he all quiet
you be
looking. I'm
like-
like, look, you better smile.
That's right. That's right. Or how about when they put you in the room and leave you there too
He
long?
leave me in there about 30 minutes.
I don't like
Lord
that.
have mercy.
But girl, because I'm telling y'all, you gotta talk to the girl. I think, I'm going crazy. Because see, I'm already in rap tight. So I'm just sitting thinking that was me. I know I would like, I probably peek my head, please come on. Because I think they being funny. Like, come on, tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me. We say you better smile, Trisha.
You better smile.
He tapping.
Yeah, he come in. He looking at the lab results on the computer. You
And
have any
it's
headaches
nonchalant.
lately? How about your bone? I'm like, look, man, what?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
He
Don't
just
just
nervous.
Yeah.
I guess that's a natural feeling. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
It is.
But I can say, and I can't really speak for her,
Right.
but as a survivor, we do live in fear.
Still living. That's right.
I'm 9 years out, and I still be like, what's that?
Right.
Or why do I feel that? Why is my hair hurting 2 days? You know,
Right.
it's those things. It's just a constant reminder. Even just seeing a ribbon or whatever, it's always a reminder every day.
So what do you do? Do you shake your head, sing a song? Or
Yeah,
you just
I just shake it off, but every day,
and
every
just
day.
talk to yourself.
And talk to myself.
Just get away, devil.
I talk to myself,
I
yeah.
am healed. You know.
Right.
but-
But even though, breast cancer is what it is, it's still, I think that people develop relationships with people that they probably wouldn't normally develop. So in everything, it's a reason to be thankful and grateful.
Yes.
So the relationships that were built, can you expound on those a little bit, like starting with Miss Iyasha?
Old relationships, my best friend went to, like Trisha said, every appointment with me. She didn't miss a surgery. My mom, my husband, my support squad, like people from church that really, really bonded with me. Is not a day that I don't get a text from Robin, my sister. My sister calls me every day. My oldest sister. She's the oldest out of all of us. And it's not a day I don't get a call. So it really strengthened our bond. Because I do have other siblings and I hear from them, but not like her. She's, there. Priscilla, we jail, all of us jail together.
How many are? How many?
It's 4 of us
Okay.
that we hang out tight. We do stuff as couples or just as friends. We went on vacation together.
Okay.
Peaches, Robin. It's just I've gotten more close with them. They are like really concerned. It's some people that are really genuinely concerned. And then I met new people. Like I said, somebody paid for my medicine. I can wake up some mornings and I might have $200 in my cash app. Like people from my old job that bless me, that pray for me. And it's not about the financial. I'm talking about the prayers. Like
That's
I got
right.
churches
Right.
that I have never stepped foot in praying for me. And that's
Right.
because my best friend Janelle from when we moved here in 79 has always been my friend. Her church way up in Chesterfield prays for me.
Right.
Like I said, you wouldn't believe the people that pray for you and that care
Absolutely.
that don't even know you.
Right.
They know you through somebody else.
Okay.
Wow. And excuse me, I wanted to ask you, like, Trisha, can you answer that question as well before I ask you my next question?
Yes. So I would say my bond with all of my sisters, I have 4 sisters,
Okay.
got really tight.
Good.
Like we are super, super duper tight. And then I built a sisterhood with my breast cancer sisters. I mean,
Yeah.
through having events, Travail and Shantae, they've been there before. I have breast cancer sisters that I've met online, but met up with them in other states.
Good.
So I built, you know, those sisterhoods, and they're like family
All
to
survivors.
me. All survivors.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Because I know you do like the ball or something.
Yes.
You going this year?
She's not doing it this year. But I have one I'm attending on the
Okay.
17th in Maryland. So I'm going, oh yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
y'all was, honey, them pink
Thank
dresses,
you.
y'all were bomb, baby. Y'all look nice. I
Thank
think that's
you.
a good thing to do, too.
It is. It is.
I know you like getting dressed up.
I do.
Who don't like getting dressed up?
I do.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and you want to get dressed up and feel pretty
Yes,
and feel good about yourself, because
Right.
if you don't feel good about you, and if you don't think you're pretty, then the person looking at you not gonna do it for you either.
Right.
But with that being said, what is it that you would tell someone if you had an opportunity to talk to someone? This is the first time they were finding out that they too have been diagnosed with breast cancer. What are some of the things you would tell them, Trisha, and then we'll go to Miss Iyasha?
Okay. I would tell them to have faith. Just know it's not a death sentence. And just rely on your family as your support system. If you need someone to talk to, just reach out to any resources that there might be. There's plenty of survivors out here. You don't have to fight alone. This is not something you have to go through on your own. And just stay positive and just know that God is going to see you through.
That's right.
That's the best way I can put it.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Miss Iyasha?
I would say faith too. Keep your faith. Do the research. Like I said, even though you get that diagnosis, don't just, it's a sentence, cancer, you think of death, but do the research. I wouldn't want anybody to be in the situation that I was in, not knowing, and then you're just going off your emotions. Make sure you have a good support system. Cry if you need to, yell if you need to. Do what you need to do to get through, because we all handle things different ways.
That's right. That's right. And being that we all handle things different ways, Miss Iyasha, with you first and then with Trisha, being that we do handle things differently, for those who battle in silence, do you think that's a good thing for some people? Because some people are just naturally private.
Right.
Me, no. If you got your family, fine, but still, sometimes you need an outside person. Sometimes you need to, like I tell my mom, she loves me. I know she loves me. I'm her baby. But I need to be with somebody that's going through what I'm going through. You can tell me, God got me, and I know he has me, but I need somebody that head on fell out.
Right.
That they
y'all can
teeth
relate.
hurting, that they in pain, they don't want to get out the bed.
Right. Oh
my
I
God,
need
you said
somebody.
teeth hurting?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
The bottom of your feet.
My sister's
raw.
feet
Thank
and
you.
her hands. Yeah. Ache.
It hurt to walk.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So because you want to be able to relate, and it make you feel so much better when you, like for instance, if you don't understand what you're going through, it's not interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't connect. Because like sometimes when I talk about my job with other coworkers outside of work, I can't talk to my sister because I talk Gam to death because she used to do that work. But and go get her to be looking like, what is she talking about? But Gam can understand because of where we used to work. But it feels better. I can imagine it feels better to somebody go through those things.
It does.
And then too, I think being that it's somebody from the outside, they may keep it more funky with you
Real.
versus your with your family, like your mom and them, like, baby, you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay. Right.
And knowing that, today is not a good day. You may not be okay. And it's okay not to
It's
be
okay.
okay.
Exactly.
Right.
And so when you have that person that you can go to that's gonna keep it real with you at the end of the day and allow you to be you too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I get it. You definitely gotta have different avenues, and and all it is a makeup for a plan for you and for what you have going on. So you do have to surround yourself with the people that you need around you.
Absolutely.
And I get that. And y'all, when I tell you this is a good topic,
It is.
it's like not enough time in a day though, because we already have like 4 or 5 minutes left.
Wow.
And I've learned so much.
Yes.
And I've learned so much to where now I'm like, Lord have mercy, you said teeth hurting, bottom of your feet. And you know, I'm getting older, so that may be it. But you know, it's just back to that mind. Just pray for my mind, y'all. Pray for my mind. And but before we get out of here, I wanted to ask you guys, starting with Tricia first.
Yes.
Is it easy speaking about it?
Yes, it is. It's actually always been easy. I was asked to speak the first year that I went through it, and I mean, it just flowed because it was natural. It wasn't rehearsed. I'm just telling my story. No one else can tell it. So this is what it is. And it just flowed. And it's easy, and it gets easier every time I tell it.
So you can continue to speak if
Absolutely.
need be.
Absolutely. I have strangers inboxing me that I've never met asking about my journey and saying, hey, they have someone, or hey, I'm going through this. I've met tons and tons of people.
And they probably want to talk to somebody, you know, like you. They've been through it. Okay.
Miss Iyasha, what about you?
It's easy. I as well taught my first year. I did our Women's Day, not the Women's Day program. We do a prayer breakfast. Okay. So I was the speaker for that, and I talked about what I've been through. I have people to inbox me, or somebody call me and say, "Hey, can I give so and so your phone number?" Fine. And then Sunday we're going to a brunch at Gourmet Bistro, and they asked us would I speak, and I say, yeah. I mean,
I think it's good to, you know, talk about it.
Now, let me ask you this, Miss Iyasha and also Tricia. Were you guys speakers prior to your battle, or was this something that, you know, was just born like?
I was, because I'll get up and, like, if they ask me to do announcements or something, or I'll get up and do it. I get nervous, but once I'm doing it, I'm okay.
Right, because y'all both was one, you was nervous, but didn't it go away as you got up here? That's just
I'm not a speaker.
Right.
Like, no. But I act silly all day, but no.
Oh, we know TikTok, girl.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's TikTok queen.
Yes, TikTok
But
queen.
before we get out of here, we have two things. One thing is we had one of our viewers bring some gifts for you ladies. She wanted to be a blessing to you guys, so we don't know what it is. So if you guys, you know, can just receive your bags and you can look at it after the show.
Oh,
and I'll give you her name so that you can, you know, let her know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Or whatever.
Thank you.
And as well as what I was going to tell you, as well as we always ask our guests before we get off. See, I'm getting old. Before we get off, give us some feedback on Wait Again Minute. Like what you think about Wait Again Minute and all that good stuff. And don't be afraid to say what it is.
Critique us.
Rock not gonna elbow y'all.
No, not baby. I have learned to take constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism? Gotcha.
Yes. Give it to me.
She said, yeah, that right there.
So give it to me. Go first.
I like the funny. I like the firecracker. I like the energy. I like the laid back. Because definitely when Shantae say, "Oh no, I didn't attend those type of parties."
Yeah,
That's
you
me.
heard all in her
Because
voice.
me neither. My mama did not play the foolishness. So, and I like that you have a platform for us to get real life, to learn about candidates, to talk about stuff, and just be you, be yourself, be natural. Not some people you get, as my pastor say, the book of faces. No, I'm gonna be me constantly. If I see you, I'm gonna speak.
That's right.
So I like that y'all give people that platform just to be themselves.
Right.
Okay, Tricia.
Actually, this is a laid back setting. I feel like I'm in like my living room and I'm just having my little girl session and we just chatting it up. So it doesn't feel like stuffy.
Right.
And you guys are very outgoing, very professional, and I love it. I can't say anything bad about it.
Right.
Well,
Thank you.
I said, well, walk.
Yeah.
Well, what did you learn tonight from the episode tonight?
I actually learned that things can change in the blink of an eye.
Yes.
And like it can change. Like it wasn't no pain. You just felt something, and it taught me to pay attention to our bodies a little more. Because I think we have to go a little earlier now to get our mammogram. I think it's 40.
It's 40.
When one time it was 50 or 55. So it taught me, because I am very nervous of doctors, but to pay attention to our bodies and actually don't be afraid to actually go. And be bend but won't break, you know?
And don't make excuses.
That's right. Don't make no excuses.
Right.
Don't make excuses. So with that being said, we're gonna get out of here end it with our theme song. And y'all ain't old yet and stiff, so we're gonna need y'all to bop with it, all right?
Okay. Cause y'all were bopping in the beginning anyway.
Hey, that's right.
Listen up, everybody. Have you heard the news? We got a brand new show that's breaking all the rules.
Started out from VA,
Now we on the move.
from local to global, cause
We got something to prove. We came from the bottom, now we at the tippy
to
top.
hold it down for our people,
Cause we all we got.
it's a cold, cold world, but
We keeping it hot. On Miss Pint on the mic next to she the rock.
all work over here.
And we having fun.
We say it like it is.
Ain't no holes in our tongue. Go getters on the team and we getting it done. Shout out to Triple L, girl, you number one. Okay, Miss Audie.
with a dream
Okay, that's right. That's right. Hey,
Generations is our mission. Ears to the streets,
We steady politicking.
all say this part. Come on,
Mind your
y'all.
business.
Wait a minute. 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 Hey, hey, hey. You better, y'all. Hey, hey, live y'all life, baby. Hey, 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 hey.
Good night.
Good night. Finish drinking this.